It's daunting. It's daunting, it's overwhelming. There's a ton of rods in the ice fishing market, and there's a ton of different applications you can use them for, and it's just overwhelming. Like, when I'm shopping for an ice rod, half the time when I'm rolling into the store, it's like, there's 50 options in panfish, 50 options in walleyes, and then I start to think about what I like to do and what suits me as an angler. And I'm just here to tell you, it is overwhelming, and I understand you. But today we're talking with Nate Nipper, and we're gonna run through just kind of a whole variety of rods and different price points and ones that might fit you better. So let's dive on into it. All right, let's kick this thing off. I want to start with panfish, and more specifically like bluegills and crappies. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things to target. What rods are you most excited about? Kind of run me through the three we have up here.
Heck yeah, man. Let's start with the oldie but goodie. So we're going to start out with, just our regular straight drop combo. Classic killer, you can't beat it. We got a glass blank on this, so it's a little bit more moderate action, so you're not going to have to worry about, loading up on those fish. Perfect hook set. The reel, it's a true 1-for-1 straight inline reel, so you're going to help eliminate line twist. And this one's not going to break the bank. It's a great price point to get the kids involved. Just a really good entry-level combo to get you into the straight line. But it's also good enough for, I fish it, I know you fish it. It's just a really solid combo.
Like you said, an oldie but a goodie. I have a variety of ice rods, and there's some rods that I tend to just grab more often than not. And I've got like 3 of these straight drops, all panfish series, that I just grab on an everyday basis. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a go-to, and then once you find something that fits you or the way it fits in your hand, it just feels right, it becomes a staple. And like you said, it's not gonna break the bank. It pairs really well with an inline reel, whether you like to just go over top or kind of pistol grip it. It's a bad to the bone.
And you got all sorts of different actions and lengths too, really specializing in the shallower panfish part of things.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not gonna break the bank. This is a rod that it's not super high end, but it's not low end. It's priced very well for how good of a rod it is.
For sure.
All right, bring me on to the next one.
Yep, so next one we got here is going to be the new Bravo. Again, cool, aggressive look, a little bit more kind of like that ice ops military look. So it's appealing combo, obviously, first and foremost, but then you don't lose any of the actions either. So these are graphite blanks. What you get with graphite, a little bit more sensitivity, kind of what the quicker action is what we'll say, more tip into the backbone.
What's the price point on this?
This one's going to be $59.
Okay.
So again, same price point as the straight drop combo, just a little bit different avenue. So
I've never fished this rod personally, but just first impressions, super parabolic. I like how it bends all the way to the backbone, and that's what.
And that's the ultralight version you got there, so it is going to be a little bit more of the parabolic, but. And then again, obviously spinning reels. So, you got the straight line reels, great for your shallower water. Eliminate line twist. Spinning reels, you are going to get line twist. So, some of the smaller spoons, pin heads, tikka minnows, stuff like that. That's where that baby's really going to shine.
And just on a personal side, at least over the past few years, I feel like I've been moving to lighter and lighter rods because. At the end of the day, when you hook up with a fish, that's all you have in between you and the fish. And it's like any bit of that fight that you can give away to the rod and you don't have to manhandle or mess up, like let the rod do the work for you and just hold on tight.
Bingo. So, awesome.
All right, let's move to more of the perch utility players.
Sure.
There's a lot of people out there that they maybe not want to own 10 rods. They maybe want 3 or 4, and they want to be able to do multiple things with those rods. So I feel like these rods touch those bases.
For sure. This next one's a little unique. So another great price point combo. We're in that $70, $80 range here. This is the dead meat graphite. And this particular one I got here is our Dakota Perch. So this is kind of a one-off for Clam, something that's new for us. We've got the extra long spring bobber on this one. So this is about twice as long as your traditional spring bobber. And what that's gonna do is just absolute increased sensitivity. You can see them sniff that thing. And then what makes this one unique is that ultralight spring is gonna lead into a little bit more backbone. So if you're fishing, those big jumbos out in the Dakotas or, Leech Lake, stuff like that, just, you got that backbone to tangle up with, perch and crappies. So, yeah, dude, that's a sweet one.
The dead meat's been extremely popular, obviously. But
yeah, dead meat's, it's one of our standard combos. We just, released the Graphite series. Again, graphite blanks, a little bit faster action. Just, another great opportunity.
My wheelhouse is panfish, and then I'm a subpar walleye angler. But this past year, I got the opportunity to do some perch fishing, and it is incredible how light sometimes they come up and either bite your waxy or your rosy red. So I like the long spring bobber. All right, moving into another utility player. This is a bad boy.
You got it. All right, what we got here, again, this is the Scepter combo. So, you know, we've had the Scepter rods in the lineup for quite a while. It's another player that people really enjoy. A graphite blank again, that with exception of the Noodles. So the Noodles are always going to be a glass blank. That's where you get that more quick action like that. You just have to have it, otherwise you lose durability if you go to graphite in a Noodle. So again, we got glass blank, 30-inch Noodle, you know, high-vis tips, and you get lightweight, you know, our own specifically designed reel seat on that one. A lot of combos, yeah.
I've fished the Scepters before, and they're really sensitive, really nice. One thing I like, I don't know how well you can see this, but the blank kind of goes into the handle.
You got it.
So when you fish over top of this, I feel like it's really nice. You can lay a finger or two on the blank, and that can sometimes be the difference between detecting a bite and not. Just like you can have a lot more blank contact
for sure
when you're fishing. So Scepter's a bad boy. All right, the Katana.
There we go. Again, now this one I got here is going to be a little bit more of our walleye player. You know, this is our 30-inch medium. This is going to be perfectly suited for, you know, your rattle spoons. Again, some of your bigger Tikka minnows, things like that when you're tangling with the bigger walleyes. We do have this, everything from ultralights again for your panfish. I just grabbed this walleye one here. Some of my favorite things about this one, this is our Suka handle. It's a scored polypropylene, super lightweight, super grippy. Awesome sensitivity in the hand. Balance is perfect with this, again, graphite rod, so a little bit faster actions. Oversized guides, if you're one of the guys that likes to fish outside, you're not gonna ice up nearly as bad. And then we got, again, the Katana reel as well. We got the SF drag system.
Very nice drag.
Exactly. Smooth drag, and then we also paired it with the EVA handle.
Dish me this.
Yeah.
I love just feeling rods, because I feel like you can order rods online and obviously roll down to a retailer if you want to get a better feel, but every rod feels a little bit different. And this is a rod that I used this past winter. I'm not a Lake Winnipeg, giant walleyes on Lake of the Woods type of a guy. I fish in the Metro, I fish a lot of smaller walleyes. I do trips to Red Lake, and those are a lot of those, you know, 17 to 22-inch walleyes. And I feel like growing up, I had big, oversized walleye rods. They were heavy, and they were too big for the walleyes I was catching. So especially this 30-inch medium. Yeah,
30-inch medium, again, we got them in medium light. That's kind of been my favorite. That, you know, 28 or 32 medium light, really, really good for, again, I love the leech spoon.
Yeah.
Some really nice walleyes on that guy.
It's a light rod that you can hammer quick.
You got it.
And it loads into a nice backbone.
Sweet.
Very cool. All right, last but not least.
Definitely not least. So this is our crown jewel. This is the new Tatsumi combo. Again, really, really fine taper. These are precision sanded blanks. So the action, you're gonna feel this thing, it's different than what you might be used to from Clam. Super lightweight.
This is the Cadillac.
You got it, dude. And we got a skeletal locking reel seat. So as you notice, a lot of the reels in combos in the line are your Tennessee handle, which is great. That's definitely kind of the standard in the industry.
Yeah.
But for this bad dude, we decided to roll with the skeletal locking. You know, you don't have to worry about taping. It's not gonna back up on you. And again, the blank kind of goes through the handle, increased sensitivity.
Let me feel this.
And then the Tatsumi reel, we got a carbon drag on that. You know, the little bit larger spool arbor, so you get less line twist, bigger surface area on your drag.
And is there a rod in the full Tatsumi line for different applications?
Absolutely.
If I'm a pan fisherman, I can get a Tatsumi. If I'm a walleye guy, I can get a Tatsumi.
You got it, absolutely, especially in this one. Pretty much all of the lineups we talked about today, we got stuff from ultralights up to mediums. This one's no different. We've got Noodles in there, we've got ultralights with spring bobbers all the way up to, you know, your medium, you know, walleye rods. That's my personal favorite. That's the 28 medium light. Again, for the walleye fishing, Tonka, local Minnesota Metro here, that's what I've got with me all the time now.
That's a bad boy. Wow. Well, Nipper, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate
thank you, Sobie.
It is extremely daunting when you're shopping for ice rods because there's so many different ice rods out there. And if you're a consumer that you want a really nice crappie rod because that's what you fish most of the year, but you still want a couple decent walleye setups, hopefully this kind of cleared the air and at least gave you a little bit more information when you're out at the store. So if you're out at the store, please check out the Clam Rod and Reel full lineup. And yeah, good luck on the ice.